All right, so let's get into this problem, and let's first of all just talk generally about what we need to know for this particular problem. Basically, how do we solve a logarithmic equation? So the first thing you need to understand, let's kind of start over here actually, is that when you solve an exponential equation, something like this, 2x is equal to 7, this is an exponential equation because our variable is an exponent, okay? Well, an exponential equation, when you have an exponential equation, you're going to use logarithms to solve that, okay? Now, exponential functions and logarithmic functions are inverses of one another. So when you're dealing with a logarithmic equation, you're going to be using exponents, okay, powers, all right? So that's the first thing you need to be thinking about is like, oh, I'm dealing with a logarithmic equation. What am I going to be using? Am I going to be using my LOG button on my calculator? No, the answer is no. What you need to be thinking is, oh, I see log or ln. That's the natural log, okay, for those of you out there studying that. If you see any of these things, you're going to think to yourself, wait a minute, that guy on YouTube told me to be thinking exponents, exponential functions, and that's exactly what you want to be thinking. And then when you see an exponential equation, you want to be thinking logarithms. So it's, you got to be thinking the inverse, right? So that's the first main concept here. Now, the way we convert a logarithm, or the way we write it as a power, okay, or something that involves exponents, is one of my favorite sayings in mathematics, and that's bacon and I'll write it out here, eggs. Bacon and eggs. And you're like saying, all right, some of you are probably like, oh my goodness, why am I even listening to this guy on YouTube? He's talking about bacon and eggs. He's probably hungry. He hasn't had his breakfast yet. Well, listen, I'm telling you something very, very important here that will help you out. So when you have a logarithmic expression or equation written out, you have some stuff here equal to some other stuff. Well, what this is, this little bead number down here, okay, this little number, this subscript, that's the base, this is the answer, and this little e, okay, is the exponent. So you kind of think of this as bacon and eggs, BAE, which means that you can rewrite a logarithmic expression as an exponential or a power expression by going, okay, the base, right, like 2 to the 5th power is equal to what? 32, right? So 2 is the base, 5 is the exponent, and the answer is 32. So the base to the little exponent is equal to the answer. So you just shuffle these things around, and that's how you write a logarithm as a power, okay? But just remember, bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs. Let's just go ahead and highlight this here for you. And if you never realized that, or if you're always confused about that, hopefully this little mnemonic will help you out. Okay, now the other thing we're going to need for this problem is we need to understand some of the properties of logarithms. There's other ones, but this is the one that we're going to be using right here, the product property of logarithms. But basically it works like this. When you have the logarithm of a product, like the log of a times b, you can separate these two factors here by addition, okay? Now, when we have a logarithmic expression, let me erase this guy right here, like this, log a times b, and we're going in this direction, you would be what we call expanding this expression. So if I told you to expand log a times b, you could write it as log a plus log b. Okay, that's called expansion. If I give you this, I said condense or rewrite this log a plus log b, you would go the other way and you would give me log ab. So you need to know how to expand and condense. Again, these are properties of logarithms. So you got to understand that. You got to understand bacon and eggs. We got to understand how we can write logarithms as powers. And you also have to see the big picture that when you're dealing with a logarithmic equation, we need to be thinking in terms of powers, exponential functions. Okay? All right, so that's the big picture here. And if you're like, okay, I understand. Well, if that's the case, then go ahead and tackle this problem. Again, you're not going to need a calculator. Just going to need you will need the calculator, the one between your ears. But again, not that difficult of a problem. Okay, so now let's go ahead and tackle the equation right now. Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step-by-step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. All right, so here we have log, okay, 3x plus 7 plus log of x minus 2. Now, one thing that you can have when you have log, okay, this is what we call the common log. The base down here is actually base 10. As long as these are the same, I can go ahead and condense this expression. In other words, I'm thinking, okay, this plus this, well, this must have came from log base 10 of 3x plus 7 times x minus 2, okay? So you can see that this is equivalent to this. Why? Because it's following this property of logarithms right here, okay? We're just kind of condensing. We're going backwards, all right? You got to be really good at condensing and expanding before you tackle these logarithmic equations. So hopefully you understand this is equal to this, and that's equal to 1, okay? So now this is log base 10, just to be super clear about that. In the common logarithm, we don't typically write that base 10. It's just implied that it's there. Okay, now when you're dealing with a logarithmic equation, once you have your log part all by itself equaling to like a number, now you're at the stage where you can rewrite this logarithmic expression or equation as a power. Okay, so the base, this is your bacon and eggs. Your base set exponent is going to be equal to your answer. So let's see how that is done now. So remember, log, the common log is base 10. Okay, so this is the b, right here. This right here is the b. And then what is this? Okay, this part, this thing in front of the log, all of this stuff would be, remember, this is the b, so that's the a. Okay, so this is the a. And then that's going to be equal to the e right here. That is the exponent. Okay, so the base to the exponent is equal to the answer. So let's go ahead and write that now. The base is base 10. The exponent is 1. Okay, so 10 to the first. Okay, I'm doing this right here, is equal to the answer, which is this. Okay, all right, so now let's go ahead and continue on. So 10 to the first is equal to 3x plus 7 times x minus 2. So it looks like I have a lovely quadratic equation I need to solve. So this times this is equal to 10. Well, what I need to do here is multiply these two binomials. When I do that, I'm going to get 3x squared plus x minus 14. I'm just showing you the work here is equal to 10. So now I have to solve this quadratic equation. So I'm going to have to set this thing equal to 0. And you're like saying, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to solve a quadratic equation. I thought it was just a logarithmic equation. Yes, math builds upon itself. And if you're at the level of solving logarithmic equations, you should have already mastered quadratic equations. So you're like, oh, I thought once I study this, I don't have to remember it anymore. Listen, I told you know, I don't know if you watched my other videos, but I'm telling you, math is interconnected. So always take well-organized notes, and there's really no shortcuts in math. So yes, you're going to have to solve a quadratic equation here. So we're going to have to set this thing equal to 0. So I'm going to take this 10, move it over to the other side of the equation, subtract 10 from both sides of the equation. I get this trinomial. 3x squared plus x minus 24 is equal to 0. Okay, so what can I do here? Well, luckily, this trinomial we can factor. We always want to try to factor. And there's another skill that hopefully you know how to factor something like this. That will be x plus 3 times 3x minus 8. So solving quadratic equations involves the skill of factoring. Very, very important. These are things that you will typically learn in Algebra 1. What I'm doing right here is at like the Algebra 2 level. So, let's say you're in Algebra 1 right now and you're just interested in this and you're only, doing okay. Well, Algebra 2 is going to be much more difficult for you because you really have to master these skills, okay? And if you're in Algebra 2 and you're like rusty on this, go back and review and get really good at this stuff because you're going to need it, in Algebra 2, college algebra, and definitely, more advanced mathematics. Okay, so we have x plus 3 times 3x minus 8 is equal to 0. Now I can set each factor equal to 0. So that's x plus 3 is equal to 0, and 3x minus 8 is equal to 0, and solve for x. So here I get x is equal to negative 3. That's one solution, and here I get x is equal to 8/3. All right, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.